Welcome. Have another Sunday morning start sit show. Already see there's a lot of people in the chat and a lot of sleeper notifications. So we will go through all of that. There's a lot going on this morning, as there will be every week, of course. If I never introduce myself, I assume everyone probably knows that does say right there. But yeah, I'm Tyler. If you haven't watched the show before, I do Ask DLF on Tuesdays with Cal and Addison. And yeah, I you're watching on the DLF channel or mine. Just hit this with a subscribe. And yeah, I really appreciate everyone who asked the questions. Not used to being so low. Ask questions every Sunday morning. I've gotten almost 400 in my Twitter thread. And I assume there's going to be quite a few here. So I'll jump into some of the questions and then we will go through also some of the news inactives. We'll roll in for the 1 o'clock games. So we'll look at that. But let's go through a couple of important stories before we get to anything. So nothing at the quarterback position this week, not yet anyway. Running back, Alvin Kamara. No Alvin Kamara this week. No Kamara. So if you have Kamara, he's going to have to come out of your lineup. So do not obviously leave Alvin Kamara in your lineup. Mark Ingram, you can play him. I have him at running back 27. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions about him. We will talk about that more as we compare him to others. But running back 27 for Mark Ingram against Tampa Bay doesn't sound so good. I don't really want to play him, but you can if you have to. If you have to, you had Alvin Kamara, you might be forced into playing Mark Ingram. You can play him if you have to. Next, J.K. Dobbins. Not good. Not good. He's not going to play in this game. It seems like it's taking a long time. I don't like that. Why is it taking so long? That's not so good. So in Dynasty, this is obviously a Dynasty channel as well as a start sit show. We don't want J.K. Dobbins. I've been saying no J.K. Dobbins for a long time. We don't want him. It sounds like, what does it sound like? The people know in the chat. What does J.K. Dobbins sound like? It's a word starting with F. A word starting with F that it sounds like. So we can't have that. So we don't want him. Don't acquire him. I would wait till the day he's active. You don't want to see it. Wait till the day he's actually going to play and then trade him away before you see it because it's not going to be good. Why is he still hurt? But no J.K. Dobbins. Really don't want to play Kenyon Drake against Miami. It's not a matchup I'm loving. Miami had a great defensive game last week against New England. I do not want to play Kenyon Drake at all. J.K. Dobbins is big failure. That's right. Big failure. That's exactly what he is. A lot of failure. So we don't want that. Kenyon Drake, I have a running back 37. You can play him if you have to. I really do not want to play Kenyon Drake. I really don't want to. But you can if you have to. All right. Next on the list, DeAndre Swift. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions about him. He is going to play, but he could be a little bit limited. So that could cause an inconvenience. For those of us wanting to play DeAndre Swift. I do have him at running back 15, so I'm still going to play him, but it's possible if you have a really stacked team, it could get away from him, but I'm still going to play DeAndre Swift. Jamal Williams, I have at running back 34, higher than normal. Still not really looking to play him, though. So that's that situation. Next on the list, we can move into wide receiver. We'll move to wide receiver. So for the Colts, Michael Pittman, no Alec Pierce. They're really in bad shape. Paris Campbell, I'm still not confident. I only have him at wide receiver 58. I'm not interested. He is not good. Not good. I wouldn't play him. And Matt Ryan, I would really try to avoid. Nyheim Hines, you can play. I have him at running back 36, but I'm still not that excited about him either. I think the Colts are really going to just have a Jonathan Taylor-centric offense today. All right. Other news. No Chris Godwin and no Julio Jones. So no Julio Jones today. That is kind of came up later. No Julio Jones. So without Julio Jones and without Chris Godwin, Mike Evans should get everything he can handle. I think I'm going to rank Mike Evans at wide receiver 8. I just don't, even though it's against New Orleans, I can't see a way to get away from him. Russell Gage now becomes very intriguing. I'm going to move him. I just got this news now. I think I'm going to move him up to wide receiver 34. Definitely someone I would consider playing for sure. Russell Gage should be in your lineups this week. All right, let's see here. Okay. Whew, it's a lot of stories. All right. Okay. Gabe Davis. Oh, well, first couple players that are in. T. Higgins is going to play. Mike Evans, we just talked about. Alan Lazard is going to play. Kadarius Toney is going to play, but he's not going to be in our lineups. Gabe Davis. This is very inconvenient. Gabe Davis is on Monday. There's 2 games on Monday. Vikings, Eagles, Titans, Bills. Unless you have a better pivot option, I don't think you can risk it. I think you have to go away from Gabe Davis. Unless you have a pivot option, you're fine within the Monday night. I think you have to go away from Gabe Davis. He was added to the injury report on Saturday. That's never good with an ankle. So I think Gabe Davis doesn't play. If he does, he could be severely limited. So we just don't know. And we're not going to know. We're not going to have enough information by the time lineups lock. So we're not going to know. So just be aware of that. That's something that we're going to have to make a decision on. And we'll get to that. T. Higgins is going to play. And remember that a concussion is not an ankle. With a concussion, you're either healthy or you're not. He's healthy. So play him with full confidence. I still, he didn't participate in practice all week. So there's that. I'm a wide receiver 14. So essentially full confidence. Yeah, that's what I would do. Then any other news? Let's go to tight end. George Kittle's going to be out. It's not good. Not good for Dynasty. I don't know why he's still out. It's no good. All right, let's get into the questions. And then if there's any other news that I forgot, we'll circle back. From BJ, would you rather start Hines, Jeff Wilson, or Monty? Need 2. Well, I have Montgomery at 24, Wilson at 25, and Hines down at 36. So I would go with Montgomery and Wilson. I understand the wanting to play Nyheim Hines, but I just can't get there. I can't get there. I still think that Jonathan Taylor is going to dominate touches. I'll believe that they're going to put 2 running backs on the field when I see it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it last week. Barely. They barely did it. So until I see that Nyheim Hines is getting work as a slot receiver, which he's as of now not doing, I'm not going to start him over these options who have much more guaranteed volume. So we'll go with Wilson and Monty. Okay, so Gabe Davis might not play Monday night, yeah. But either way, I would play T. Higgins or Jalen Waddle over him. Between the two, I would try to find a way to get both of them in. I have Higgins at 14, wide receiver 14, and Waddle at wide receiver 15. These are both very good starts. They should both be in your lineup. They should both be in there. But yeah, I don't know what your other options are. But either way, it didn't matter. Gabe Davis was ranked below them before he was hurt. Gabe Davis is overrated. He only had 5 targets in week 1. Not someone I had him at like 22, even before the injury. Now I have him in the 30s. All right, happy Sunday. Yeah, it's pretty happy. I'm doing okay. Jamal or Ingram? I'll play Ingram. Ingram is at least a starter. Jamal's still a backup. Jamal Williams, that is. And then a half PPR, 1 tight end premium. Pick 2 between Pitts, Patterson, Elijah Moore, Jeff Wilson, and Ertz. Also, same league. Would you play Elijah Moore, Gabe Davis, pivot as Osborne? All right, here's what I'll do. So in that, we answered Ingram. Then the next one, it'll be Pitts and Cordero Patterson for me. And then the last one, I'm going to go with Elijah Moore. I'll just play Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore's a fine start this week. I have him. He played the most snaps of all Jets receivers. He's their clear number 1 at the moment. I have him a wide receiver 29. Completely comfortable playing him. Julio is out. And we just talked about that with Russell Gage, who I've moved to wide receiver 34. And I think he's someone you should play this week. All right, Flosaurus, 1 PPR, start 3 of these. Swift, Hunt, ETN, Chark, Zay Jones, Dortch. Yeah, I mean, this is easy. It's just Swift, Hunt, and ETN. I don't really see another option. You could play Chark over ETN, but I don't think so. I'd rather go with ETN. Do I start Swift? Yes, I would start Swift in most scenarios. We've had this with DeAndre Swift before. It's actually gone both ways. We had it with DeAndre Swift once, and he balled out. We had it with him another time. He didn't play at all. I think you still have to start DeAndre Swift, especially if these are the options. I would not play any of these options over DeAndre Swift. Need 1 to replace Kamara. James Robinson, Damian Harris, or Rashad Penny. Now, Kenneth Walker is returning this week. So Rashad Penny is lower in my rankings, but he's still going to be my choice. I have him at running back 28. Robinson at running back 29. Harris, I don't want to play Harris. I have him at running back 38. Against Pittsburgh, that's not going to work for me. That won't work. I don't want to play Damian Harris or Ramondre Stevenson. I have them at running backs 38 and 39. They are hard sits for me. Won't play them. So it will be Rashad Penny here, but with not much confidence. All right. Let's see. Next one here. Is Singletary replacing any of Josh Jacobs, Jeff Wilson Jr., or Javonte Williams? Was Javonte Williams, or is that Jamal Williams? Let's get full names. It's like, I don't know who that is. If it's Jamal Williams, I would replace him with Singletary. Ingram or Melvin Gordon? Ingram for me. Ingram is the starter. So I'll go with Ingram. I think that they're going to get Javonte Williams a little bit more involved. This is a winning game script. I think they're going to continue with Javonte Williams. There's going to be a lot of attempts against the Texans, rushing attempts. But I'll still go with Ingram, even though I think Melvin Gordon's not a bad play. Choose two. Waddle, Hollywood Brown, A.J. Dillon, wide receivers. I'll go Waddle and Hollywood Brown here pretty easily. I have Hollywood Brown at wide receiver 12. Full PPR start 2. Swift, Higgins, and Judy. In this case, I'm comfortable going with Judy and going away from Swift. I'm fine going away from Swift here. I don't need to play Swift. All right. I feel scared about ETN. Half PPR tight end premium. ETN, Freiermuth, Dotson. If I only get one of these, I mean, ETN would be my last choice, but I think I'd go to Freiermuth in the half premium. I'll go with Freiermuth. James says, bench DK for Bateman, Curtis Samuel, or London. No, I'll play DK. I will play DK there and just stick with the talent. JK's big failure. We talked about that earlier. Is Lazard playing? Yes, he is. He will play. And given the Packers' decrepit, shitty, embarrassing performance last week, and if it's embarrassing again this week, we're going to hear about it. I would have Allen Lazard at wide receiver 36. So that's a start in most formats. Lance or Cousins? Lance looked like crap last week. I'll go with Cousins. Lance is still someone I consider playing, but I'd rather have Cousins. So I have a quarterback 9. Lance I have all the way down at quarterback 13. Carter or ETN? Very close. I'd really rather not play either, but if I have to choose, I'm going to go with ETN and hope that he turns it around. I just think the problem with the Carter is any week, Breece Hall could just become the workhorse at any time, and Carter gives you nothing. And the Jets' offense is as bad as the Jaguars were. The Jets are even worse. So I'm going to go with ETN, barely. Curtis Samuel or Melvin Gordon? Very close here. I have Gordon at running back 35, Curtis Samuel at wide receiver 50, but that is close based on PPR. I'm going to lean Curtis Samuel. Very close, but I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel. Edmonds or Renfro? I'm going to go with Edmonds. Take the guaranteed touches of Edmonds over Renfro, who really didn't do much last week. I have Edmonds at running back 23 against Baltimore, and then I have Renfro at wide receiver 33. I'll lean Edmonds. Close, though. Just traded away McLaurin and Woods for 223 seconds and 23 third. That seems like a little light for me for McLaurin. I mean, Woods in the 23 third is kind of a wash at this stage, but 223 seconds is light for McLaurin. I wouldn't have done that. I'll start Ramondre or Ingram with Kamara out. It's Ingram. Ingram for sure. Ask it once. Make sure to ask the questions once. I promise I'll get to them. Although, given how many there are, maybe I got to go a little bit faster. All right. Miles Sanders, Hunter Renfro, or Isaiah McKenzie. I'm going to go with, this one's very close. If it's PPR, I think I'll go with Hunter Renfro. If it's half or standard, I'll go with Miles Sanders. McKenzie is not in consideration. Carter Etienne, we did that one already. Would I play Ryan over Mills in Superflex? Well, I dropped Matt Ryan from quarterback 16 all the way down to 23 without Michael Pittman. He was incompetent last week. And now without Michael Pittman, he has his only passing weapon he can use is gone. But Davis Mills at Denver is even worse. So I'll go with Matt Ryan reluctantly. Landry or Gage, with Julio out, it's going to be Gage. It's going to be Gage. Although Landry is someone I think he can play. I have Landry at wide receiver 40, but Gage at 34. So it's going to be Russell Gage there. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do not start Ashton Dulin. No Ashton Dulin for me. I think this is going to be a disaster for the Colts. If the Colts have 150 passing yards, I wouldn't be surprised. And Jonathan Taylor, I think, could have one of the biggest fantasy games of the year. If he had 200 rushing yards, I would not be surprised this week. This is going to be the Jonathan Taylor experience. You want to see? You think they want Matt Ryan to pass to Ashton Dulin and Paris Campbell? I don't think so. Now, I will say, for Dynasty, it's not Ashton Dulin I care about. Kylen Granson is the one I have my eye on. And I would like to see Jelani Woods potentially get more involved in the game plan. He's actually active today. I mean, I believe he was active last week, but he didn't really participate. He didn't participate in the game plan. Someone told me, why not Jelani Woods? Well, Jelani Woods didn't play. So let's see. For Dynasty, though, I'm very interested. I'm very interested in looking at what happens between Kylen Granson, Jelani Woods. Mo Alie-Cox is old. We know what he is. But Kylen Granson, Jelani Woods, I kind of have my eye on those deeper tight ends in Indianapolis. It's something, could be an opportunity. All right, we have the inactives for the 1 o'clock games. I'll read through them. All right. J.K. Dobbins, out. Laviska Shenault, inactive again. Cut him. Cut him from your Dynasty roster. Cut him. No use for him. He is a waste of time. D'Ernest Johnson is inactive again. I don't know what's going on there. I think he's probably on the trade block. But yeah, you can do whatever you want with him. Let's see. Snoop Conner inactive for the Jaguars, whatever. The Dolphins, Myles Gaskin is inactive. Hunter Long as well. They can probably cut them both. Let's see. Pierre Strong will make his debut for the Patriots. Minimal is inactive, and so is C.J. Uzomah. I would consider Tyler Conklin if you're desperate on the Jets. He played almost all the snaps last week. If you're desperate on the Jets with C.J. Uzomah out, I'm fine playing Tyler Conklin at tight end if you have to. If you have no one else. And let's see. Keyshawn Vaughn is inactive this week. Interesting for the Bucks. So inactive again. You can cut him from your Dynasty rosters. Kyle Trask can't even be the backup. Cut him from your Dynasty roster. And then Washington Commanders, Sam Howell is still the QB3. He's inactive, and so is Cole Turner, who you can also cut Cole Turner from your Dynasty rosters. All right, Breece Hall or Chase Claypool. I'm going to go with Chase Claypool. Ryan Storm says, Goff, Baker, or Tannehill, pick 2. Well, these are really disgusting options. I have Goff at 20, Baker at 24, and Tannehill at 25. So I guess I'll go with Goff and Baker, but kind of gross. Guys, we got to ask the questions once. Like, I'll get to them, but asking them twice is only going to slow things down. Paris Campbell or Alberto? Paris Campbell, unless it's a premium. Start 1. Tony Pollard, Bateman, Goddard, or Landry? It was Bateman. Bateman easily. I have Bateman, even though he kind of had low volume last week. I have Bateman at wide receiver 26, so I'm going to play Bateman. Higgins going to have a legend. Yeah, that is very true. Actually, I forgot to mention that. T. Higgins' dad died, I believe. And, he is going to go out and play, even with the concussion and everything. He's going to go out and play this week. He's kind of had a lot going on. I do think he could have a big game. But I just hope he's doing well. We answered this one already. I don't know about that. Okay, guys, ask the questions once. All right. David Montgomery, Rashad Penny, or Jamal Williams? It's David Montgomery. David Montgomery looked like utter dog shit. That's what he did. He looked terrible. 17 carries for 26 yards. The offense moved with Khalil Herbert, and it did not move. Did not move with David Montgomery, and the offense didn't go. But I still think that you have to play him based on the volume. We haven't heard anything that Khalil Herbert is now the starter. So I'm going to play David Montgomery because Rashad Penny, the matchup is terrible. Kenneth Walker's coming back. Jamal Williams, I can't trust. I don't want to play Devonta Smith this week. Edmonds and Renfro. All right. Pick 2. Lamb, Elijah Moore, Darrell Henderson, Cordell Patterson. Good question. So for me, CeeDee Lamb, it's tough with Cooper Rush, but I'm still going to play CeeDee Lamb. I have him at wide receiver 21. And then for the second one, I'll go with Cordell Patterson, who I have at running back 18, ahead of Henderson. All right. Oh, boy. I was asking a lot of questions. All right. Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore, or Darnell Mooney. Start 1. I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney. Trust him one more time. Flex spot, pick 1. Gage, Robbie, Zay, or Dortch. With Julio out, it's Gage. Gavin says A-Rob or Elijah Moore. I believe I'm going to lean with A-Rob. I have them back to back. Yeah, I have A-Rob at 27 against Atlanta, Elijah Moore 29 against Cleveland. I'm going to go with Allen Robinson. If he doesn't deliver this week, it's over, though. So he better deliver. Start Penny or J-Rob. I have them very close, but I'm going to go with Penny. Pick one. Aaron Jones, Sanders, Gibson, or Pickens. Pickens is not in consideration. I'm going to go with Gibson. Gibson against Detroit. I think I have Gibson as running back 1. Yeah, I have him at 11. So I'm starting Gibson with full confidence. Yeah, Swift is active. He's active this week, or upgraded to healthy, whatever you want to call it. He is going to play. I'm not concerned about DeAndre Swift mysteriously not playing. There are not that many 1 o'clock games this week. I just realized there's only 7, and there's 5 at the 4 o'clock window. So because there's 2 Monday nights. Russell Gage or Chase Claypool with the Julio news? It's Russell Gage. Gage with no Julio or Curtis Samuel? Gage. Thoughts on the Saints wide receivers today? I'd rather only play Michael Thomas, but if I had to choose between Jarvis Landry and Chris Olave, it would be Jarvis Landry for now. I do think Chris Olave is going to overtake him very soon, but for now, it's Jarvis Landry. Standard scoring, Michael Thomas, ETN, DJ Moore, Jeff Wilson start 2. I'm going to go with DJ Moore and Michael Thomas, even in standard. Started Kelsey in my tight end spot. Should I flex Pitts over Montgomery, Patterson, Ayuk, or Elijah Moore? Maybe over Ayuk, not over the others. Probably not, though. Usually I don't like to flex tight ends, and Pitts is not a guarantee or anything. A full PPR, Goddard or Hawkinson. They're both good options, but I have Hawkinson at 5 and Goddard at 6, so I'm going to go with Hawkinson. PPR, pick 1. Zeke, Penny, Pollard, or Sanders. I'll take the guaranteed volume of Zeke. Despite Cooper Rush, I'm still going to go with Zeke. I have Zeke at running back 21. Let's see what he does this week. Do I think Jeff Wilson has upside today? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think he has a lot of upside. I think he has 2 touchdown and 150-yard upside. So, yes. Let's see how it goes, though. Kamara out. Need a flex. Dortch or Garrett Wilson. Oh, I'd really rather not play either of these. These are both outside my top 60. But I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson and just hope. Should I bench Fournette for Henderson? No, do not bench Fournette. Full PPR flex, Robbie Anderson or Sutton? Sutton. Easily. I have Sutton at 15. Yeah, Sutton for sure. Renfro or Lazard? I have them back-to-back, I believe. Yeah, they're close. I have Renfro at 33, Lazard at 36. I'm going to go with Renfro for volume. And also Lazard's coming off an injury. Pick 2, Ayuk, Claypool, Dotson, or Devonta Smith. I think I'm going to go against consensus and go with Ayuk and Dotson. I have Dotson at wide receiver 32. I'm confident. Devonta Smith, I'm not confident. I have Devonta Smith at 41. So Ayuk and Claypool. Or Ayuk and Dotson. Sorry. Okay. Deontay or Kirk? Yeah, there's always a lot of questions about Deontay Johnson. But for me, Deontay Johnson's an easy start. I have him at wide receiver 17. So I'm playing him. Christian Kirk, I have at wide receiver 25. Also a good start. But I'll go Deontay Johnson. Dortch or Olave? I'm going to go with Olave. I don't really want to play Dortch. Edmonds, Sanders, Singletary, or DJ Moore? I'll go with Edmonds for the running back and then DJ Moore. Bucks or the Browns? I have the Browns as my number 1 defense this week against the Jets, so it's going to be the Browns. Half PPR, Garrett Wilson, Dotson, or Robbie Anderson? I'm going to go with Dotson and play the 2 Commanders anyway. Should I play T. Higgins if Swift is limited? Yeah. Yeah, I would play T. Higgins over Swift. Kmet or Tyler Conklin? We'll go with Kmet. I have Kmet at tight end 14. I have Conklin still down at 24. So I'll go with Kmet. We answer this one with Olave. Then next, star 1, DJ Moore, Elijah Moore, or Ayuk? DJ Moore for sure. DJ Moore, I'm going to give him one more chance. I have him at wide receiver 19. So I'm going to go with DJ Moore. Matt Ryan or Trevor Lawrence? With the Pittman injury, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I have Trevor Lawrence at 19. Ryan at 23. Trevor Lawrence. Thoughts on the Pittsburgh defense? Okay. Against New England, you could play them, but I don't think New England's going to make a lot of mistakes. I don't think it's going to be a high turnover. I think it's going to be a very boring game. I think I might go another way. I might look for other defenses. Should I do Kelsey and A.J. Brown for Pitts and Chase? If this is a dynasty league, it's Pitts and Chase easily. Brandon Ayuk or Curtis Samuel? I will go with Brandon Ayuk, with Kittle out especially. Start 2, Freiermuth, Devontae Smith, Treylon Burks, Tyler Lockett. It'll be Devontae Smith and Tyler Lockett, assuming there's no premium. Hines or Burkhead? Cannot trust Burkhead. The Texans' offense is a crap storm. So we're going to go with Nyheim Hines. we answer this with Higgins. Higgins will go. Pick 3, Higgins, Penny, Sanders, Zeke, Thomas, or Landry. Remember, including formats really helps me. But Higgins is in for sure. Higgins is by far the top option. And then I'll go with Zeke and Michael Thomas. Next, PPR tight end premium +1, so big premium. Penny, Cooper, Gage, Granson. I can't trust Granson. So Penny, Cooper, or Gage. If it's just one, I'll go with Gage with Julio out. Need to start 2. Oh, good options here. CeeDee Lamb, Hollywood Brown, Jalen Waddle, Allen Robinson, DJ Moore. Very close on all of these, but I'm going to go with, except for Robinson, I'm going to go with Hollywood and Waddle. Hollywood and Waddle for me. Full PPR. Mark Andrews or Amon-Ra. Ooh. Amon-Ra's a wide receiver 1. I'm going to go with Amon-Ra. How are you benching Mark Andrews, though? That's kind of weird. Breece Hall or Mark Ingram? Mark Ingram for the volume. Oh, wow. In a 12-team Superflex 2 tight end premium league, Taysom Hill or Logan Thomas. With the 2-point tight end premium, it favors receptions a little bit more. I'm going to go with Logan Thomas. If it were a regular league, I would go with Taysom Hill. But I think Taysom Hill is more likely to get rushing yards and is more touchdown dependent. And Thomas has a higher expected receiving volume. So I'm going to go with Logan Thomas. Can play Taysom Hill, though, with Kamara out. You can play Taysom Hill. Flex Henderson or Deontay Johnson? Deontay Johnson. Pretty much anytime I'm asked about Deontay Johnson, given who he's asked against, there's almost always Deontay Johnson. Oh, okay. Hope you guys like this show. I'm trying to get to everybody, but also like not just skimp out on the answers and, I'm trying to give a little bit more than just a word. Penny or Hunt? I mean, Hunt has been great. Hunt was great last week. It's against the Jets. There's going to be a lot of rushing volume. I'm going to go to Kareem Hunt easily. I have him at running back 16. Penny at 28. Gavin says Darrell Henderson or Chase Edmonds. These two are very close, but I'm going to go with Darrell Henderson in the matchup against Atlanta and for the upside. Goff Lance easily Lance. I'll take the rushing upside. Elijah Moore or Ayuk. I'll take Moore barely. That's very close. Who's the odd man out of these wide receivers? Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson, DJ Chark, or Allen Lazard. It's funny. I'm actually going to leave Curtis Samuel out and put DJ Chark in. But I understand why people might not want to do that. I just think that Curtis Samuel's week 1 is somewhat of a mirage. He was the 3rd wide receiver in snaps. Robbie Anderson played every snap. And I love Robbie Anderson's matchup against the Giants. DJ Chark's against Washington. I just feel like those are more reliable. Curtis Samuel, I feel like might have been a fluke. We'll see if he does it again this week. And then I'll be more in the future. Jim, appreciate everything you do. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Flex pick 1, Cooks, Thomas, Patterson. A format here would have helped, but I'll go with Cooks, assuming it's PPR. Half PPR, Melvin Gordon, Bateman, or Renfro. Bateman easily. A PPR, DPJ, Dotson, or Ingram. Ooh, very close. But I'm going to go Jahan Dotson. I'm going to play Jahan Dotson and take my chances on the rookie who balled last week and played like 90% of the snaps. I'll take my chances on Jahan Dotson. In a pinch with Gabe Davis, McKenzie already rostered. Yeah, this is the kind of situation I think a lot of people are in. A lot of people are in this situation. They have Gabe Davis and they don't have a pivot option. Do I play Olave, Hines, Bears Campbell, or Crowder? We cannot play Crowder. Crowder did nothing last week, so we can't play him. Between Hines and Olave, it's brutal. I mean, you could wait for Davis, and then if he doesn't play Crowder. Davis is a lot better than any of these options if he does go. I might do that. Just take my chances. These options are not good. Thoughts on Burks this week? Not playing Burks this week. And do I think Kyle Phillips is for real? Yeah, I think so. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't play Henderson over Swift. I'd go with Swift for sure. Thanks for all your help. I enjoy your football Sunday. Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it more. I recognize I'm going to have over 400 questions on Twitter. I recognize I'm not going to get to all of those. But I'm just trying to have fun, help as many people as I can. Like, I enjoy doing this show. So yeah, I don't, I'm not panicking if I don't get to every question. I need 2 in PPR, Landry, Curtis Samuel, Thielen, Devonta Smith, or Claypool. I will go with Thielen, who we haven't talked about yet. I have him at wide receiver 35 against Philly. And then for the second one, I'll put Claypool in there because of the rushing usage he had last week. Claypool I have at 39. Thanks for all the work you do, longtime listener. Yeah, no problem. I do, I enjoy doing this. Start sit is probably my biggest passion in fantasy football. I love Dynasty, don't get me wrong, but I would say this is, really the thing that gets me up in the morning. I woke up at like 8:30 today to prepare. I don't know if you guys know me that well, but usually at 11:30 is more of a wake up time for me. Um, but yeah, I woke up early just to do the show for you guys. All right. Alex says Michael Carter or Russell Gage. It's Russell Gage with Julio out. Cordero or Jeff Wilson. Cordero Patterson for me. I'll take Cordero Patterson. Flex and PPR T Higgins or Curtis Samuel. T Higgins easily. Okay, now to start sit. Trade Goddard and Ingram for Kmet and 23 second. If it's a rebuild, I'm fine with it. ETN over Swift with the injury? No. Play Swift. In 12 team PPR, are you playing Hines over Ayuk or Elijah Moore? No, I'm not. I'll take the more guaranteed volume of the receivers over the running back. Receiving running back there. Judy Bateman or Curtis Samuel? I'm going to go with Judy. We haven't talked much about Judy, but I don't see the same split between Judy and Sutton as some experts have it. I have Sutton at 16 and Judy at 18. Very close to each other, but way ahead of these other two. Start Najee or Henderson. I'm just going to play Najee. He's off the injury report, so he's pretty healthy. Kenyon Drake or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt easily. I do not want to play Kenyon Drake. Thanks for all the hard work. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I enjoy doing this. Gabe Davis with the injury or Allen Robinson? I'm going to go with Allen Robinson and just not have to worry about it. Am I starting Ken Walker over anyone today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't trust Ken Walker in his first game back. Rashad Penny is their starter. Is there a wide receiver in Indy? It's Paris Campbell if you have to play one, but I don't want to play him. PJ says AJ Dillon or Josh Jacobs. I'm actually going to go with AJ Dillon. I don't think that the Packers have much in the way of options, and AJ Dillon was their lead running back last week. So I'm going to go with AJ Dillon against Chicago. T. Higgins or Amon-Ra? I'm going to go with Amon-Ra. You can't really bench Amon-Ra. I have him at wide receiver 11. So I'm all in on Amon-Ra. James Robinson or Rashad Penny as my running back 2. I will go with Rashad Penny. Barely, like I said earlier, these two are back-to-back at 28 and 29 in running backs. 2 tight end premium. Henry, Jacoby Myers, or Corey Davis. Honestly, even with a 2 tight end premium, I'm still going to start Jacoby Myers over Hunter Henry. I don't want to play Hunter Henry. Chase Edmonds or Rashad Penny. Chase Edmonds. Tyler, thank you so much for your hard work and content. This Sunday morning start set is super helpful. I appreciate that. I do hope that this show is helpful. I enjoy doing it. And yeah, no, I appreciate that as well. Just the support and all that. Thanks, Tyler. You nailed all my start sit last week. Thank you. I try my best. I enjoy watching the show. Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, no problem. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to come on and do this. Recovering Ridley Truther. 2 tight end premium, full PPR. Isaiah McKenzie or Taysom Hill. With the premium there, I don't know how many receptions Taysom Hill is going to get, but I'm going to try Taysom Hill. If Gabe doesn't play, would you rather Burks, McKenzie, or Phillips? McKenzie if Gabe doesn't play. I'd rather McKenzie even if Gabe does play. Hurts or Kyler? Oh, great options there. We haven't talked about them much because they're so high in the rankings. I have Hurts at 5 and Kyler at 6, so I'll lean Hurts. Hurts was great last week, and Minnesota is not. I'm not scared of Minnesota. Zeke, ETN, or Hall? Zeke. I'll take the volume of Zeke. Flex Edmonds or A-Rob? I'll go with Edmonds barely. Edmonds, Henderson, or Hunt? I'll go with Hunt for the reasons we discussed before. The matchup against the Jets is going to lead to a lot of rushing attempts. And I think it'll be split between Chubb and Hunt. Both are great plays this week. I'm going to go with Hunt. Jeff Wilson Jr. or Jamal Williams. Jeff Wilson Jr. is the starter. Jamal Williams is the backup. So I'm going to go with Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm playing Henderson. That doesn't change my answer. Dortch, Gainwell, or Myers. And yeah, we'll wrap up the show I'll wrap up the show when I get to the bottom of the chat. Dortch, Gainwell, or Myers. Myers had some volume last week. I just think he has more guaranteed volume than these two. Dortch, I have to see another week before I can start Dortch. I just don't trust Dortch yet. Let's see. If he comes out, does it again, and Rondale Moore is out for week 3, maybe then I would trust Dortch. But not for now. ETN, Zeke, or Lazard? Zeke. I'll play Zeke. I don't want to play Zeke, but I'll play Zeke. How do we feel about tight end Knox and tight end premium? If Zeke sits on Monday, what would be in place of Hollywood or Thielen? Not in place of Hollywood. Hollywood is wide receiver 12 this week, so play him. In place of Thielen, I'd be okay with it, but I'm fine just playing Thielen. I don't have an issue with Thielen, and Knox doesn't get a lot of receiving volume. All right. Superflex, Brady or Lance? I'm going to go with Brady, but I've lowered Brady in my rankings significantly with all his receivers out. He's down to quarterback 12, but just ahead of Lance. Jeff Wilson or James Robinson? I'll go with Jeff Wilson. I'm more confident in his volume. Zacchaeus Bell or Eno Benjamin? Oh, boy. I'll just play Eno Benjamin and hope he falls into the end zone. Yes. Whichever channel you're on. If you're on my channel, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. If you're on the DLF channel, same thing. Make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Addison will get his wings if you do those things. James Robinson or Darrell Henderson? Definitely Darrell Henderson against Atlanta. Flex Davis. Mike Davis? Corey Davis? Or Taysom? I'm not sure who that is. Probably Taysom, though. Gage or Komet? With Julio out and the rain, I'm gonna lean Gage, but it's very close. I'm gonna lean Russell Gage. Burks or Nico Collins? These are not players I want to start, but if I have to pick one, I have Treylon Burks 5 spots higher at 56 versus Nico Collins at 61. So it'll be Treylon Burks. I don't like the matchup against Buffalo. I don't like what he did. He wasn't bad last week, but I didn't like the usage. So yeah, it will be Treylon Burks barely. And yeah, no other surprises on the inactives. We have the full list. And yeah, no Wan'Dale Robinson for the Giants, but we knew that. Kadarius Toney will play, but you're not playing him. And then, yeah, nothing else. Again, Laviska Shenault, cut him. Cut him from your dynasty roster. You don't need to roster him anymore. Full PPR flex, Ayuk, Watkins, Campbell, or Robbie Anderson. I'm going to go with Ayuk, especially with Kittle out. I have Ayuk. I don't know if I've said it yet, but I have Ayuk at wide receiver 31. So I'm still playing him. Cordero, A-Rob, or Drake London for the flex. Cordero Patterson. He was heavily involved last week. Damian Williams just went to the injured reserve. I have Cordero Patterson at running back 18. I'm going to play him. Jeff Wilson or Breece. I'm going to play Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson for the guaranteed volume. I just don't know what Breece's role is going to be yet. Gage, Amari Cooper, Corey Davis is easy. Leave Corey Davis out. Gabe Davis is going to play. We don't know. We don't know, and we're not going to know. So you have to make your decisions based on your pivot options that you have. I can't really give you advice, but Laviska shouldn't be on your team. Oh, that's a good one. Nickname for him. Yes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to support the channel. All that. Michael Carter, Travis Etienne. I'm going to lean Travis Etienne. We discussed this earlier. I have Travis Etienne at running back 30, Carter at running back 32. I do not want to play either one. But if I had to choose one, it would be Travis Etienne. Michael Carter, James Robinson, or Elijah Moore. I will play Elijah Moore. I think Elijah Moore is in for a breakout spot. One breakout player today, Tyler. Who is it? A breakout player, huh? Let's see. Okay. I'll give you one. I think that after today, we do not consider, do we start Jahan Dotson anymore? I think we start Jahan Dotson. We start him every week. I think that's what it's going to be. I think against Detroit, he's going to have another big game. He's going to get more involved. I think he's going to get more targets than Curtis Samuel. I think it's going to shift back to Jahan Dotson. He played more snaps. The Commanders see him as their secondary weapon behind Terry McLaurin. And I think that after this week, we're not going to consider if we start Jahan Dotson. We're going to start Jahan Dotson as an every week starter. That's what I think. Thanks for the advice. No problem. And last one, 12-team PPR, Etienne or Jeff Wilson. I'm going to play Jeff Wilson for the volume. All right. So I appreciate everyone who tuned into the show. I'll take Judy there. And I'll be around on Twitter trying to answer as many questions as I can, but I'm obviously way, way, way behind. I'll get to what I can. As usual, I'm going to go in and update the rankings for the patrons. If you're interested in my Patreon, the link is in the show comments. And I'll also put the link there. There's your link to my Patreon. So that's where my start sit rankings live. And then beyond that, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all tomorrow on my own channel at 2 p.m. Eastern for my weekly recap. And then I'll see everyone on the DLF channel Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for Ask DLF. Until then, thanks to everyone for watching, and I will see you all later. Oh, and Allen Robinson.